Hey guys, it's Wayne Santos, one of the editors here at CGM, and it's Alex.
Alex Leach, off the street.
The Man Mountain.
The Man Mountain, back from the mountain.
Back down from the mountain. And this is Abe's Oddysee New and Tasty. And if Abe's Oddysee sounds familiar, that's because the game originally came out in 1997, and Oddworld Inhabitants, the developer and publisher, and Just Add Water, have now come out with a new HD remake, and in my opinion, probably because of the fact that this is a game from 1997 that debuted on the PlayStation 1, it's probably one of the most impressive HD remakes around, because like the jump from PS2 to PS3 is nice, but when you make a jump from PS1 to PS4, it's really, really drastic.
Oh yes,
and you can definitely see that here. I mean, like,
this looks really good.
yeah, see, these graphics are, especially compared to the original, phenomenal. And one of the big reasons for that is these graphics are actually real time. And for those guys that don't remember, in 1997 when this game originally came out, everything was pre-rendered. So it was like Killer Instinct or Donkey Kong Country, where what they actually did was they had to get like the high-powered Silicon graphics computers of the time to pre-render the stuff out, and then after that they would just turn them into like flat 2D animation, which the machines of the time could handle. But now we can do everything in real time, which is why we've got another big innovation for the original game here: scrolling. That didn't actually happen in the original game either. Every level was one self-contained screen.
I see.
But we've got this now, and we'll just go through this. How much do you actually remember about
Well,
this
it was in a bunch of magazines when I was young.
Okay.
Like the game and a bunch of the weird sequels and spin-offs all were showing up, and I read a lot of PC Gamer as a kid. So that was all over the place. So I heard about this.
Okay.
And it got lost in the glut of everything that I was playing. But it looked like a rather interesting game, kind of a dark humor, weird platformer.
Yeah, there is a lot of black humor in this game. There's a definite Terry Gilliam sort of vibe that you get from it. It's also, as with most old school games, pretty hard. So I'm probably going to be dying repeatedly, even though I've gotten through this level before. But these games are hard, so.
Is this set up the same, like just in general the same as the last level? Like it was all one screen, but is this kind of the same layout as the first level of the original game?
No, they've taken liberties here and there. So things like secret rooms are not where people will remember them. I mean, even the exact level layouts, they've changed them.
Okay.
Probably also for the purposes of difficulty, because one of the other interesting things about this game is I'm playing it on normal difficulty, but normal difficulty now probably would have been considered easy difficulty back in 1997. And now the hard difficulty is actually the difficulty that players first encountered in 1997. So you can take that for what you will, for Oddworld Inhabitants, estimation of the skills of gamers these days.
I'm not a big fan of that with games like this. Like, you should just have the difficulty sort of on the same scale, because that's what people are going to expect with that. And just very clearly put out, okay, this is what the difficulty is. If you want it to be easier, here's easy mode.
Yeah.
If you want it to be even easier, here's embarrassing mode. And
one of the biggest concessions with the easy mode, or not the easy mode, the normal mode now, is Abe now actually has a life meter, whereas before it's like everything, whether he's stubbed his toe or got shot by something, it was a one-hit kill. Everything killed you. Now he can actually take a few hits, so there's a little bit more of a margin for error. Also, the checkpoints are a lot more generous in the normal mode, whereas it's like, in normal mode back in the day, it's like if you died, you just had to start the whole level all over again.
Okay.
That was it. So, you can understand why for today's gamers they might have made that, especially if they don't want to alienate them.
Well, yeah, I guess I can understand that. I don't necessarily think it's I don't necessarily think it's the best way of handling it, because people play stuff like say,
and there we go.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
Yeah, I decided that I wanted to try and rescue that other guy, and
so you rescue people.
You can rescue people. You don't have to, but you get bonus points, and if you're a trophy hunting, then you more or less gotta rescue. You gotta not catch them, but gotta free them all.
Well, you really should, because they're going to get turned into little snack
Yes,
trees.
because this is the plot of the game, is that Abe is an alien janitor working for an alien evil multinational corporation, and that corporation produces food, meat products. and they've run out of they've run out of species to turn into meat. So they finally decided that Abe's race is going to be their next big hit, and that's why Abe is now sneaking around in this world, trying to get all of these guys to escape the terrible, terrible fate of becoming Mudokan Pops, which is supposed to be like the next big hit.
So Mudokan Green's people.
Yeah, exactly. And for all of you guys that are actually old enough to catch 1970s cinematic references.
I haven't even seen the movie and I catch the reference. But, it's me, I haven't seen it.
Oh, actually that is true.
But, okay, so...
Yes, they've been rescued. Okay, now I'm supposed to go through this.
So you use your weird mystic powers to create portals and they...
Abe eventually finds out that, he's a chosen one of sorts. I don't really think that I'm spoiling anything by saying that. It's especially for a game that came out in 1997. So
you can rescue all those three guys.
Yeah, all of those guys can be rescued, although because of the difficulty in this game, the first thing that you should do, before you explore any level is, or the first thing you should do before you run around rescuing people is you should be exploring the level and seeing where all of the hazards are.
Okay. How does it control? Because you're the one playing it, so...
It's old school, so in that regard, it's the controls are a little bit clunky. They're not as tight as what people might be expecting, but they work well enough.
Well, there's also a difference between not as responsive as a feature and not as responsive as just bad design.
I mean, the controls aren't broken. It just does mean that, you can't play this game as fast and loose as you can some other platformers. It requires a degree of precision.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having it require skill and having limitations. Like, you're not this big action hero. You're this
exactly.
janitor
You're a janitor, so...
Looks malnourished and has his mouth sewn shut.
Exactly.
Okay, so... This is mostly stealth-based, then?
Yeah, pretty much. Eventually, Abe will get some other powers, but for the most part, he's never really going toe-to-toe with these guys.
I like the tutorials and the little scroll bar.
Yeah, it's very unusual. You don't actually see that all too often. They come on, dude, just go, there we go. Yes, okay.
Well, I find it kind of always hilarious whenever they put like things like the tutorial thing in the game, so you have somebody saying press the A button to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering for verisimilitude about whether or not the people are going, what are these people talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
It's this little meta thing that just makes me always laugh. And it makes me kind of wonder, have I gone crazy?
It's necessary, but at the same time, it kind of reminds you that you're playing a game, which maybe you don't want.
No, you don't necessarily want that unless you're playing The Matrix, the game, where it is... The whole thing is it is a game.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of surprised I've only died like once or twice so far. So
yeah, well,
which is much better than last week's Another World.
Oh yeah.
Let's play that. That was quite brutal.
I haven't quite caught that one yet.
No, there was a lot of death and slaughter that was happening there. So it looks like my choice to play this on normal, which is the wuss out choice because. And here I was talking about doing okay with not dying, and I immediately died.
That's what covers for.
Yeah. Which is like, that's...
So you have unlimited deaths, like you can just keep dying.
Yep, you can.
Well, that makes it a lot better. Like if there was limited lives with that kind of difficulty, it would just be insane. It would just be insane and would get frustrating.
Yeah.
But things like that. Oh wow, that's hiding in smoke. That's neat.
Is there anybody? I thought there was somebody that I was supposed to be hiding from.
I guess not yet.
Okay. Oh wait, there he is. Right there.
So, I see what you gotta do.
Yeah.
You just gotta hide in the little steam vents.
Yep. And then
he's gonna walk into you, isn't he?
Let him go about it. Yeah, but he doesn't notice because I'm hiding.
Oh, so
it's video game logic.
I can notice he's not on the same plane as you. He's actually in the background. And the same with those little guys you rescue, is they're actually slightly in the background from you. I think that's a nice little feature. It means you're not running into people just by walking there. And
that would be cool.
That would be very cool. But that didn't sound good.
No, that was just
a shake.
That guy, falling to his death.
Well, that's always fun. But you can go through to wherever that goes to.
And there's a mine. But fortunately, there was a checkpoint. So
So,
having died there, I think I'm not going to push my luck, so we'll just leave it at that. That's a quick taste of Abe's Oddysee New and Tasty, the HD remake. It's really quite impressive. For guys that have played the game before, I would say go out, buy this again. For guys that have never played the game before, it's a really unique platformer that's actually fairly challenging. So if you're looking for something a little bit different, definitely give this a shot. It's out for the PS4 and coming soon to the PS3 and Vita, but for now it's only the PS4 version that's available.
Yeah, but you need more platformers like that.
We do.
You always need more challenging platformers, because the whole thing with the platforming genre is the idea that you have to learn how to play this. You have to learn how to move, how to react, and how to handle situations without necessarily just brute forcing everything. And this game looks like something that teaches you how to do that just from this first tutorial area.
Yeah, this is not an easy game.
No, and they shouldn't be easy.
Yep, so that's it. Guess we'll see you guys later.
Yep.